Now, today, we're focusing on Habitat for Humanity, an organization that builds hope in the lives of the people all around the world, including right here in the Big Country. One location that has a bright future, that's thanks to Habitat for Humanity. It's the former site of St. Anne's Hospital. The building has had a long history here in the Key City, with some of that recent history seeing less than bright days. KDEB's Tobin Smith bringing us a recap of the challenges that this property has faced.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times the old St. Anne's Hospital was seen at the end of a fireman's hose.
The main house is a total loss. The other structure there that you can see, that's a total loss. We were able to keep it from going into the other attachments. It was just a surround and drown type scenario.
St. Anne's Hospital was originally built in 1938 as a maternity hospital. Through the years, it saw many uses until its closing in 1968. Since then, the property has passed into the hands of different owners and was finally torn down in 2022 after the last blaze completely devastated the remaining structure. Habitat for Humanity now owns the property, and Executive Director Rostin Kellerman spoke then to his ambitions for this historic site.
I hope that what Abilene sees here is an opportunity to join together to build something better, and to not just stop once we've torn this building down and build something better in its place, but to build enough affordable housing that we don't need to worry about trying to create programs out of abandoned buildings anymore.
Hoping to rise from the ashes. For BigCountryHomepage.com, I'm Tobin Smith.
Thank you, Tobin. And as you can see, Rostin Kellerman, the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity, joining us now in studio. Tell us more about this bright future for Habitat for Humanity. You've got a lot of ambitious goals.
We do have a lot of goals. So the St. Anne Hospital, which Tobin was just telling us about, that had a couple of fires about 3 years back. A very sad story. A lot of people loved that building. So since those fires have happened, we have actually torn down what was remaining of the structure, and by the end of this calendar year, we're going to have 11 buildable lots there that we're going to put new affordable homes on for families that need a place to live and call home.
So taking that area, 11 new homesteads, if you will, for people, that's pretty incredible. I mean, you think of a family of 4 or 5, those individuals moving in there, and these people that are recipients of the homes, I mean, you're not just giving the homes away.
Correct.
I mean, this is, although it sounds like a fantastic way to do it, and what you offer is a pretty remarkable way. These are individuals who put a lot of sweat equity into it.
That's right.
They have qualified, and they've gone through a long process, and how does that work?
Yeah, well, so this is going to be great for the neighborhood in many ways. The families that move in there are people who have put a lot of work already into our program, and so they're going to be responsible homeowners, they're going to be responsible neighbors, and obviously these homes are going to be about 100 years newer than most of the houses already around there. So it makes the neighborhood look more beautiful. Most of our partner families end up being very good neighbors. The actual property would have only worked for about 7 homes, but we're actually doing a complete rezoning of the entire thing to make it a little bit bigger. It's actually going to be a very cute little development. You're going to love to come take a look at it when it's ready.
It's like you go in there and you do a revitalization of what was once an older neighborhood or an established neighborhood. And you know, when you own something, when you have invested in something, you have a tendency to take more pride in it, and you take care of it, and you really, I mean, you put energy and effort into it. So you know that these are going to be good neighbors. You know that they're going to be good stewards of the community. And it's almost like a domino effect. And
absolutely.
You know, change begets change, and yet people still want to invest in their homes and whatnot around that area.
That's exactly right, and we see this every time we're building a home. We'll start pouring a foundation, or we'll start framing a home, and we'll see the neighbors start to come out, and they'll say, "Oh, I think I'm going to clean up my yard." Or, "Oh, I haven't mowed in a while, so I'm going to mow."
Maybe
or
I'll paint my shutters too.
Yeah, exactly. And so Mayor Rudy Giuliani, back when he was the mayor of New York City, he called this the broken windows philosophy. He would say that these kinds of things have a momentum. Whenever one window breaks and you don't fix it, then the neighborhood starts to fall apart a little bit more. Right. But if you fix that window, other people see that work that you're doing on your own place. They take more pride in that whole the sense of place of the neighborhood, and they want to invest more in themselves, in their own place, in their own neighborhood.
So you're pouring 11 foundations on this lot, and it really is creating a stronger foundation for the entire neighborhood.
Exactly, and you compare that to what it was before. I mean, I love the history of that hospital. It was an old Catholic maternity hospital, but it had been abandoned for decades, literally at that point. And the only thing that it was being used for at that point, really, people would wander into it at night on cold nights. And obviously, people need a place to be. I used to work in the Homeless Coalition, but that's why it ended up catching fire, was because there was nothing left for it except to just be a place for people to show up and say, I just have to get it warm. We're turning into a place where these 11 families can be warm for the rest of their lives.
From the hospital bringing in new life to Habitat for Humanity bringing in new life, thank you so much for your goals and your mission and your vision for the future,
Thank
Rustin.
you.